whom you would least expect to lose him. Lost by parents. Well, secondly, church lives in neighbor. He was lost in a place where you would least expect him to get lost. Lost in church. Lost in church. Watch these folk who always, I love my Bible, I got it here, but who always, every time you see them, got the Bible on them, stickers on the car. But I love Jesus. I called her later, not too long ago, phone rang 3 times, and she picked it up. I said, I'm sorry, I want to disturb you. I know your phone rang 3 times. She said, yes, one for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Ghost. I said, I'm gonna fix it. So the next day I called back, rang 3 times. I hung up. Then I called back. Then it rang 3 times. Hung up. Then I called back. She picked the phone. Who in the hell is this? I want to know. Lost at a place where you would least expect them to get lost. That same woman go to church and say, I'm going to put my Bible down and curse the hell out of you. Lost at deacon meetings. Lost at church conferences. Lost at choir rehearsals. Lost at conventions. Lost at a place where you would least expect him to get lost. Lost! Some churches need to wake up. There was a time during Martin Luther King's time when we would send out a notice and we would have 400 pastors. You sent out a notice there and everybody doing their own thing. You can hang a black man on the doorsteps of some of these churches and the officers swear they ran into the rope. All they talk about, and I'm afraid that that false praise is going to be our downfall. False is what I said. I said false praise. False jump up and shout, and I love shout. My mama's a shouter, and mess with me, I shout. I'll say hold my muse while I shout. You understand? But let me tell you something. When you shout in church, and when you say amen, and when you catch your Bible, you ought to live it. That's what you ought to do. Your life ought to be commensurate with what you preach about and what you sing about and what you shout about. Lost in church at a place where you would least expect him to get lost. We need to wake up. Martin King would be ashamed at the way some of us are carried on in these churches. Be ashamed. He told me to tell you that your special resolution ought to be, don't lose Jesus. Touch your neighbor's a neighbor. Not only was he lost by persons whom you would least expect to lose him, and at a place where you would least expect him to get lost, but he was lost and they didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. A lot of folk in church lost and don't even know it. It's dangerous to lose Jesus. It's dangerous to lose Jesus. What happened to her? She used to usher so well. Lost and don't even know it. What happened to her? She used to sing so well. Lost and don't even know it. What happened to him? He used to preach so well. Lost and don't even know it. They like Samson. They stretch and don't have no power. No. You got to have Jesus in order to have power. It's dangerous to lose Jesus. When you lose Jesus, it's like trying to make candied yam without sweet potatoes. When you lose Jesus, it's like trying to make biscuits with no flour. When you lose Jesus, it's like trying to make cornbread with no meal. It's like a pastor with no grass. When you lose Jesus, like trying to make a peach cobbler with no peaches. When you lose Jesus, you become disgusted. You become despondent. You become despaired. When you lose Jesus, you become disgruntled. You become disappointed. When you lose Jesus, you hesitate when you ought to meditate. When you lose Jesus, you abdicate when you ought to regenerate. When you lose Jesus, when you lose Jesus, you investigate when you ought to interpretate. When you lose Jesus, I said when you lose Jesus, you vacillate when you ought to go straight. When you lose Jesus, you're in bad shape. Touch your neighbor, say, neighbor, I don't want to lose Jesus. No, I don't want to do that. No. I want folk today. God is looking for folk who got a vision today. I look at African Americans today. Yeah, I'm talking about African Americans right now. We got 96,000 engineers. Build your own buildings. 56,000 teachers. Write your own curriculum. 46,000 lawyers. Try your own case. 10,000 elected officials. Start your own party. Don't mess around with no tea party. The black church is a $5 billion enterprise. Revitalize your own community. Work together. That's what King would have me to tell you. You don't have to depend on the federal government for everything. Come together. Come together. That's why Harry Duastramont says, no vision and you perish. No ideal and you lost. Your heart must ever cherish some hope at any cost. Some hope, some dream to cling to, some rainbow in the sky, some melody to sing to, some service that is nigh. Tell me what you aspire to be, and I will predict your future. Benny Mays, who slept through the curtains of heaven a few years ago, said in his book, Stirred About Man, it is not a calamity to die with your dreams unfulfilled, but it is a calamity not to dream. It is not a calamity not to reach the stars, but it is a disgrace to have no stars to reach for. When we were in the country, that old black preacher would get up and say, he wouldn't say children, he said, children, we're going to have a good time tonight. He said, we're going to have a glorious time tonight. He said, we're going to aim for the moon. And if we land on the treetop, we'll still be on high ground. We aim too low. Young people aim too low. Set your eyes on a peak and strive towards that. We must do that today. Words that fall from a pen of an unknown author said, grow strong, my comrades, that you may stand unshaken when I fall. That the shattered fragments of my song will come at last to find a melody in you, that I may tell my heart that you began where past and I leave off, that I may learn and fathom more. Such is my wish for you. Go strong. We're not here to play the dream and drift. We have hard work to do and load to lift. Shun not the evil. Face it. God's gift. Go strong. Go strong. It's dangerous to lose Jesus. Well, church and neighbors and neighbor, all is not lost. All is not lost. They found him where they lost him. Where they lost him. And as I prepare to close, I don't know about you, but I'm going to stick with the church. It was in the church, that redemptive fellowship. It was in the church, that colony of heaven. It was in the church, that holy nation. It was in the church, the ecclesia where I was nurtured. I got married in church. I got converted in church. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to church. Some of you ought to go back to church. You lost Jesus. You're washing your cars on Sunday. You're going fishing on Sunday. Doing everything you can on Sunday. Go to church. Find him where you lost it. I prepare to close. Let me say this to you. My wife and I were on our way to Israel and then on to Europe and on to Egypt and got to the airport. I was happy. Had my wife by her hand. And then finally I looked around and I said, honey, where are the bags? She said, I thought you had checked them. I said, no. I said, I was doing this other thing, you know. In the ticket, you ought to at least watch the bags. She said, no, I haven't seen no bags. You haven't seen the bags. Blood pressure going up. You understand? Sometimes you get, let's face it, I don't care if you get mad sometimes. I got peeved or mad or whatever you want to call it. Couldn't find my luggage. Grabbed my wife by the hand. The chauffeur who dropped us off had gone. I got a cab, didn't call him, I got a cab. Jumped in a cab and went back home. I was in Los Angeles then. When I drove up in Ladera Heights, got my keys out, still mad, stuck the key in the door, and when I opened the door, I stumbled over my luggage.